In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a list that I made for the top 10 most playable and collectible cards coming out of Astral Radiance. But first, I want to make a little drip. What is up, guys? I'm Drip Drop. I hope you guys are doing well, and I want you guys to know that you are loved. We're going to go ahead and start getting into the list. They're going to be going simultaneously, so we're going to go over the most playable, then the most collectible, and we're going to hop into number 10 with trekking shoes. Basically, what it allows you to do, look at the top card of your deck. If you don't like it, you can discard it and draw a card, or you can keep that top card on the top of your deck. Number 10 for most collectible is going to be Gardenia's Vigor. I think people are going to like this card. It's very vibrant. It is a lady, and it's also a very playable card as well, so makes a great combo of being a good looking full art and a playable card. Is going to be a very collectible card for players to come. Then we have coming in number 9, Gutsy Pickaxe for most playable. Gutsy Pickaxe is pretty awesome because it allows you to look at the top card of your deck. If it's fighting energy, you can attach it to a fighting Pokemon on your bench, but if it's not a fighting energy, you reveal it to your opponent and boom, you get to keep it in your hand. It's awesome. Then for number 9, most playable, we have Iridia Full Art. Iridia Full Art is another vibrant card. It has amazing reds, it has amazing blues and greens, and it's just a beautiful looking card. It's very dynamic, and that's why it's going to be making it number 9 on most collectible. Then on number 8 for most playable, we have Radiant Greninja with its awesome ability that allows you pretty much it's a Chinchino ability where you discard one card, draw 2 cards. It's really awesome, and then it has a really cool attack for 1 water, 2 colorless, allows you to hit for 90 to any Pokemon, any 2 Pokemon of your opponents. It's a very good card, and it's a basic as well. It's not a stage 2, so you can just lay it out there. Although it does have a rule box, so it might get hurt by Path of the Peak a little bit. But other than that, I don't see why you wouldn't put it in any water deck that you play. And then we have number 8 for most collectible. We have Zapdos V Character Rare. Now, some of these I'm a little biased to on the list. I made the list, but Galarian Zapdos V is a very cool Pokemon. The dynamic of this card looks amazing. It looks good. You just can't go wrong with a Zapdos V character rare. Then for number 7 for most playable, we have Hisuian Typhlosion V-Star. So this card is pretty cool because it has a lot of cool little mechanics that it has with it. Basically, for 2 psychic energy, 1 colorless, the move Hollow Flames. It allows you to hit for 180 damage to active Pokemon. And then also it allows you to hit for 3 damage counters on any Pokemon on your opponent's bench. But that is not it. You have the V-Star move Shadow Roaster for 1 psychic energy, only 1. If the active Pokemon in your opponent's active spot has 4 damage counters on it, you can knock it out. Straight up, just knock it out. Out of there, discard pile, go, you're banished. It's an awesome move, and you can pair this with Inteleon or basically anything where you just put damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon, and you can take out a VMAX that just has 4 damage counters on it, basically for free. It's insane. And then in the number 7 spot for most collectible, we have the character rare of Moltres V. Moltres V is in a pretty, like in a state right there in front of Gloria, just like all ready to swoop, and Gloria is just like, and pretty cool card. A lot of dynamics. Moltres V doing Moltres V things. At least I guess Galarian Moltres V things. And the card looks good. Colors look good. These character rares are on point. And then coming on at number 6 for most playable, we have Darkrai V-Star. Now, Darkrai V-Star has a lot of help coming into this new meta, especially with Astral Radiance. But it has the move Dark Pulse for 2 colorless energy. Allows you to hit for 30 damage per dark energy out on the field. So you can pair this with Dark Patch and Moltres V, the one that has Dire Flame Wings, and be able to get a massive amount of dark energy on the field. And this has potential OHKO energy. You could have a Hawlucha on the bench. You could have a Choice Belt for an extra 30 damage to VMAXs. And as long as you have a 10 energy, or at least 9 energy in that case, you can OHKO pretty much anything in the game. It is incredible. Then with its ability Star Abyss, it allows you to search any 2 item cards in your discard pile and put them straight into your hand. This can be very powerful, especially in many situations. You might grab a Crushing Hammer or another Dark Patch or Quick Balls, Ultra Balls, anything like that. It allows you to search for 2 item cards of any of your choosing in your discard pile. That's a pretty good ability. And then in the number 6 spot, which is probably my favorite character rare coming out of this set, is going to be Starmie V, featuring Misty just chilling there in the pool next to all these different water Pokemon. It looks awesome. It's very colorful, and it just, at least for me, it brings nostalgia back because I also like seeing just the original 3 travelers most of the time. Got Ash, Misty, Brock, and I just love seeing them inside these different character rares. Then in the number 5 spot for most playable, we have Lilligant V-Star. Has a pretty cool move. Parallel Spin for 2 grass, 1 colorless, allows you to hit up to 130 damage. But if you do choose to take one of the energies, put it back into your hand, then you can hit for 130 more. That's going to be 230 damage, take out any V in the game. It's actually a very good card, and you can just put that energy back on there, or maybe you can hit into a Gardenia's Vigor and be able to do something with that. And then it has the ability Star Perfume. It allows you to search your deck for any 5 combination of grass energy or grass Pokemon and put them straight into your hand. So if you have maybe a Cherim on the bench and you look for 5 energy, you can get 5 energy out on the field really easy with a Cherim. And that is just one of the many different things that you can do with Lilligant V-Star, and I think it's going to take some grass decks out of this world. On the number 5 spot for most collectible, I kind of put 2 cards out there. It's going to be Dialga and Palkia gold rares. Now it just shows exactly what the V cards show, except they are secret gold rares. That's going to make them sought after just because, I mean, gold is gold, and they don't look bad. They actually look pretty cool. I'm a big fan of gold cards, especially if there's Pokemon that I like, and I feel like a lot of people are going to like the gold Palkia and gold Dialga cards. Then in the number 4 spot, we have Gardenia's Vigor. It allows you to draw 2 cards. Then it allows you to take 2 grass energies and then attach them to Pokemon on your bench. Pretty cool card, and it doesn't have to be grass Pokemon that you attach it to. Then we have the number 4 spot for most collectible. We have the Samurai Gold Rare as well. And I put these gold rares up there just because most of the time people are looking for gold rares, especially if they are playable. If they're not playable, they probably most likely won't make the list most of the time. But these are going to be some of the most sought after gold rares I've seen lately. And mostly because Samurai is going to be one of the better cards coming out of Astral Radiance, because people are very, very excited to play Samurai V-Star. Speaking of Samurai V-Star, I actually forgot to put it in this video, so here you go. We have Hisuian V-Star. For 2 dark energy, we have Merciless Blade. It allows you to hit for 110 damage, but if your opponent's active Pokemon has any damage counters already on it, it's going to hit for 110 damage more. So that's going to be 220 damage total just for 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. That's insane. Probably going to play Samurai V-Star with cards that allow you to put damage counters on your opponent's field somehow, maybe like Inteleon's Quick Shooting, Gatejaw Bog, Old Cemetery, and different cards like that. And then also what's pretty cool, if you don't have anything set up where you can put damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon, it allows you to take Moon Cutting Star, its ability to put 4 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon, just for free. It's the ability. You get to use it once per game, but that is some major help in getting damage counters out on the field. If you guys are enjoying the video and you're getting value from this, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you guys want to see any more of this content, because I do post things like this every new set, go ahead and give it a subscribe. All right, so we got the top 3 coming up. So top 3 most playable, we have Dark Patch. Dark Patch is an extremely good card coming out of this set because it is going to be aiding a lot of dark decks. It allows you to attach a dark energy from the discard pile onto your bench. So now we have dark energy acceleration, much like Metal Saucer. It is going to make dark decks even faster. Dark Patch is not going to be a joke, and it's going to change the meta somewhat. Then for number 3, for most collectible, we have Palkia Alt-Art. Now, I kind of like this Alt-Art way more than the next 2 Alt-Arts that are coming up, mainly because it's very, very artistic. And I'm not the biggest fan of Alice in Wonderland, but it looks literally like it was taken from Alice in Wonderland. But I put Palkia at number 3 for most collectible. For number 2 for most collectible, I have this on my list basically because we haven't had Reset Stamp since the last rotation, and this is going to be our next comeback card. So basically Roxanne allows you to, if your opponent has 3 or fewer prizes, it allows you to play that card and you draw 6, your opponent draws 2, possibly blocking them from being able to make any moves. Especially, this card is especially good if you're behind or if you're needing to stall to get more set up. But it is amazing, and I'm excited to see what type of upsets that this card allows people to get. I'm excited to use this in my deck, and I know a lot of people are excited to use this in play as well. And I'm just excited to see what Roxanne can do in this meta. Number 2 for most collectible, we have a Dialga Altar. The Dialga Altar, it doesn't look bad, but I'm not the biggest fan of it, mostly because it is like a lesser form of the Arceus Altar. And the Arceus Altar had like the earth behind it, and it just, you can just see the planet, and then Dialga is just kind of like in a galaxy with some like watercolor behind it. But I know a lot of people are excited about this specific Dialga Altar, and that's why I put it at number 2 regardless if I didn't like it as much. Alright guys, so this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The number 1 cards that we have for most playable, most collectible. And in the number 1 spot for most playable, I have 2 cards, and it's the 2 cards that this set is basically surrounding upon. And it's going to be Origin Form Palkia and Dialga V-Star. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the Dialga V-Star first, and these V-Stars are meta shaking. So, in the first slot, we have Dialga V-Star. And for 1 Metal Energy, it's going to be hitting for 40 plus. We have Metal Blast. Allows you to hit for 40 damage per metal energy that you have on your Dialga V-Star. It's not the biggest attack, and you're not going to have probably more than 6 to 7 energy, like, because that's going to be hard enough to do already. You're not going to have more than 6 to 7 energy on a Dialga V-Star at one time for the most part, so this isn't exactly what the move that we're looking for. So we're going to focus on the V-Star attack, which is Chrono Star. For 3 metal energy to colorless, it allows you to hit for 220 damage. That's it. Just 220 damage. Now I'm just messing. It allows you to hit for 220 damage, but you get to take an extra turn. So not only are you hitting for 220 damage, but you get to take an extra turn immediately after that. So it's kind of like Yoga Loot, where you can put 2 damage counters on any Pokemon on the field, and you get to take an extra turn, but you're hitting for 220 damage and getting to take an extra turn. That is an incredible attack. I'm extremely excited to make this Dialga V-Star deck and see what in the world people are going to do with it. And then we have Palkia V-Star, which is going to be a souped up version of Suicune without Fleet Foot. So for 2 water energy, we have Spatial Swell, which we have the base damage of 60 damage plus 20 damage for every Pokemon you and your opponents included on the bench. So if you have a full bench, you're hitting for 260 damage, I believe. So with a choice belt, you're hitting at 290 damage. And then if you want to use Inteleon for damage markers or Headbutt Tantrums from the Galarian Zigzagoons, you can make up a little bit math there and OHKO some big Pokemon. Not only does it have that massive attack, but it also has an ability called Star Portal. Star Portal allows you to take 3 water energy from your discard pile and attach it to any Pokemon in any way you like onto your bench, which can set up Ice Riders, can set up Suicunes. It can set up quite a bit of Pokemon that you have on your bench. So I think Palkia V-Star is actually going to be an extremely good Pokemon coming to us from Astral Radiance. We might see it on the top charts. Then for number 1 most collectible, we have Machamp V. It's a pretty cool card. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty cool card. It shows Machamp V hustling and bustling through the streets. He's balancing dishes, he's holding dishes, he's off to somewhere, he's on a mission, and it's a pretty cool card. But for me, I wanted it to be like him in the wrestling ring or something like that, like lifting like 4 dumbbells or something like that. But no, he's like hustling, bustling in the city. I mean, I guess it makes it a little bit more real, you know. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this Machamp V alt art, and I know that it's probably going to be the chase card for most people, so that's why I have it on number 1. It's not my number 1 chase card. I actually don't have a number 1 chase card besides the Misty V character rare. I hope you guys enjoyed the list, and if you guys want to see any of my other videos, you can click one of these right here. I got openings, deck profiles, anything like that. And just like always, I'll see you guys in the next video.